Guess who's back? Back again. Mikey's back. Tell a friend. Yeah. I've been very bad with uploads. And I do apologize for that. But time just slips away from me. So, decided to do yet another book haul today. And I will explain how I'll do my wrap-ups. And hopefully get back into the swing of things for July. Because, man, I see like movie after movie. And then I just don't upload a review. And I feel terrible about it. But hopefully things will get back to normal with an upload schedule so you don't keep seeing book hauls like every month. Really trying, but hopefully I can get back into my scheduling. But without further ado, let's go ahead and talk about the books that I got in June. So, got a few Amazon pickups and a couple Barnes & Noble pickups and a couple from John Lynch. So let's go ahead and start off with those two. Here we go. The first one I want to show off is Expiration of Sentence. And I'm going to read the back of this. This is a novella primarily set in prison. So here's the synopsis. Incarcerated for murder, Richard Murphy has been denied parole. Trapped behind prison walls, he must contend with all manner of monster. But Murphy isn't the only person paying for his crimes. On the outside, his wife and child are hanging on by a thread. With his life on the line, he must not only survive, but also pick up the pieces of the family he left behind. So, very vague on the description, but I actually really like John Lynch's writing, and this is a very short one. It is approximately 102 pages. But if the afterword is in there, it's 104. But it's something different from him, and I'm very thrilled to have it. And there's his signature, and it basically says, "Can you escape?" And this one was one of his first novellas, I believe. This one might have came out about the same time as The Warrior Retreat, or just after it. So that is Expiration of Sentence by John Lynch. And he released a brand new novel called Peril Beneath the Surface. And he wrote, "Beware what lurks beneath the surface." This one sounds awesome. The graduating class of Budlong High is ready to take the next step in their lives. An accidental death strikes the small town, threatening to tear apart the community. But something is stirring beneath the calm water of Lake Budlong. Something that will usher the graduates into an early grave. So, basically it sounds like a creature feature. I'm all for it. And this one goes to 150. And he actually has a little teaser, if you will, for another new one. Looks like a slasher too, so definitely thrilled to have this one. That is Peril Beneath the Surface. And those are the two I got from John Lynch. Let's look at Amazon. And I got quite a few here, because of course I do. I got 2 books by James Cain. This is actually his debut novel called Pursuit. And I'm going to read the back of this. When their honeymoon is terrorized by a murderous predator with a machete, while their vows until death come due too soon. Pine Barrens, New Jersey. Ava Allegretti lives every day as her last, with a heart condition making her brutally aware tomorrow isn't guaranteed. The new bride is determined to enjoy what time she has with her beloved. But the dreamy trip home from their honeymoon in Atlantic City quickly turns into a nightmare when a vicious maniac on a motorcycle runs their car off the road. After the stranded couple makes their way in shock to a nearby diner, Ava has a sudden vision of a mysterious girl who shares her face. And when the relentless rider shows up again and slaughters a restaurant full of people, she flees for her life, fearing the terror has barely begun. Can Ava and her groom outlast a monster on wheels? Already, I'm sold. This one definitely sounds like a good slasher. This one goes to $264. So, not bad. And already, I read The Dead Children's Playground. That was awesome. So I'm pretty sure whatever I read next by James Cain will be just as good. But that is his official debut novel, Pursuit. And I have Gunther. This is a novella that is a prequel to My Pet Werewolf. And I'm going to read the back here as well. When a man sworn to save lives is transformed into a murderous monster, will he be able to stop himself from destroying everything he loves? Dr. David Bixby is working the night shift in the emergency room when a man is brought in with a gunshot wound. Suffering not just the physical injury, the victim also displays symptoms of a mysterious blood poisoning. Unable to be saved, the man lashes out and bites David in a desperate dying act. At first it seems as if the bite carries no ill effects, but before long, David feels a change inside of him. As the days pass, he finds himself becoming stronger, more aggressive, and giving in to his most primal instincts. As the bewildered physician works to discover what is happening, a stranger confronts him, telling David that he will turn into a savage creature at the next full moon. Worse yet, the man presents him with an impossible choice, and his own life or turn into a bloodthirsty beast. Will David lose control and spill innocent blood? So yeah, like I said, prequel to My Pet Werewolf. And this runs to 116, so not bad at all. Moving on from there, I have 3 more to show off from Amazon. Next is Hush, My Darling by Lee Kenny. And I have read from this author before. She wrote Cursed, and that was basically about like cursed media, like found footage and stuff. So this one is totally different from that one. But let's see what it's about. In pursuit of peace and family ties, American tourist Megan goes on a road trip around Ireland. When she becomes stranded deep in the mountains, the Brogan family comes to her rescue. But is it luck, or is Megan's nightmare just beginning? The Wicklow Mountains offer breathtaking beauty to all who venture in, where nature abounds, where solitude beckons, where no one can hear you scream. So, this was pitched to me as Texas Chainsaw Massacre meets Deliverance in Ireland. So this one is definitely up my alley. Bug. And this one runs a little bit over 200 pages. It's $220. So it's not too bad, but it's got very, very small font, which I'm going to have fun with. But that is Hush, My Darling by Lee Kenny. And speaking of another female author, this one is actually a debut. This is called I'll Pray for You by Sierra Woff. And I friended her through Facebook because she's part of Books of Horror, and I wanted to support her. This one sounds incredible. I'll Pray for You is not a redemption arc. It's a ritual of blood, rage, and memory. The monsters who tore her apart still bare their teeth in her nightmares, but she's not dreaming anymore. She's hunting, and this time they don't get far. This isn't healing. This is a world where healing was never offered. She finds power in becoming the predator. Every word drips with the truth they tried to silence. She prays for nothing. She prays for them, one by one. So, basically, yeah, there's a picture. Supernatural revenge horror novel, and definitely thrilled to have this. I'll Pray for You by Sierra Woff. And finally, from Amazon, Black Creek Mystic by DW Hits. And this one was kind of vague on what it actually is, but I'm going to read it anyway. Nika's nightmares could spell her end if she doesn't find a cure. The cure could spell her end if she doesn't follow the rules. Nika was a pretty normal high school girl until she saw something horrific through her bedroom window. They told her it was a delusion, that it didn't happen. They told her she was crazy. But whether real or not, the event was stuck in her brain. Now after years of unrelenting nightmares, Nika learns of one last hope, a mystic on the outskirts of Custer Falls who might be able to save her from the terrors that are bleeding into her waking life and driving her to self-destruction. For the promise of a cure, Nika makes a deal with the witch. 1 month of work to end her nightmares. But can she stomach doing the witch's tasks, or are her bad dreams destined to destroy her? Welcome back to Custer Falls. So, yeah. Sounds like a witchy type of novel. This one goes to $225, so a little bit longer than what he usually writes, but I need to get back into some more DW Hits, so I grabbed it. Black Creek Mystic. That's everything I got online. Let's take a look at some of these other friends that I got from Barnes & Noble. One book that I was totally sitting on for the last bit of a couple years, I finally just said, screw it, I'll get it. The Reformatory by Tananarive Due. This one is totally different than what I would usually read. But essentially, this is set in the 60s. It's about an orphanage, and something terrible goes wrong there. And it's all about, like, the Jim Crow South. Look at how gigantic that is. This is like the biggest novel that I've bought in a while. This thing goes almost 570 pages. It's 570 pages exactly. But I heard that this is incredible. I have no idea when I'm going to get to it, but there is time. But that is The Reformatory by Tananarive Due. So I really supported some female authors this month, not year. But moving on, I have something I really question myself getting. Requiem for a Dream by Hubert Selby Jr. And obviously this is a movie tie-in edition, and this is very bleak and very depressing. Haven't had the guts to watch the movie yet, but this is basically about four interlinked lives that are struggling through drug addiction. You have a woman who just dreams of being a star on TV. You have her son that is very much addicted to heroin. His girlfriend who just gives herself to suitors, if you will. And then you have the best friend that's even worse than everyone around. So this is not a happy story at all. Yeah, it's basically all about drug addiction and the horrors that come with it. So, very heavy read. And I believe that this was written in the 70s. (1978) was basically the first time it was published. And Darren Aronofsky came out with his adaptation in 2000. So yeah, this is an oldie. That is Requiem for a Dream. God help me whenever I get to this. I'm probably going to be wrecked. Okay, let's get into some new releases that I picked up. One that I am very excited for. King of Ashes by S.A. Cosby. And I'm going to read the flap. A son returning home, a dangerous debt, secrets about to ignite, and a family about to be consumed by flames. Roman Carruthers left the smoke and fire of his family's crematory business behind in his hometown of Jefferson Run, Virginia. He is enjoying a life of shallow excess as a financial advisor in Atlanta until he gets a call from his sister, Nevia, telling him their father is in a coma after a hit-and-run accident. When Roman goes home, he learns the accident may not be what it seems. His brother Dante is deeply in debt to dangerous, ruthless criminals, and Roman is willing to do anything to protect his family. Anything. A financial whiz with a head for numbers and a talent for making his clients rich, Roman must use all his skills to try to save his family while dealing with a shadow that has haunted them all for 20 years. The disappearance of their mother when Roman and his siblings were teenagers. It's a mystery that Nevia, who has sacrificed so much of her life to hold her family together, is determined to solve once and for all. As fate and chance and heartache ignite their lives, the Carruthers family must pull together to survive or see their lives turn to ash. Because as their father counseled them from birth, nothing lasts forever, everything burns. So, I've heard that people basically say that this is The Godfather, but with Southern flair. Oh, I'm so pumped to read this. Hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. This goes to 333. So that's one of the new releases I got. The final two I got yesterday. So let's show them off. With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. Yes, I'm still looking at Riley Sager new releases. Mind you, I haven't read anything since Home Before Dark. This is his 9th novel, I believe. So yeah, this dude just pumps everything out. I like how that looks. So obviously this is a Barnes & Noble special edition. So let's see what this thing is about, shall we? If I can put it back together. Okay. One Train, No Stops, a deadly game of survival and revenge. In 1942, 6 people destroyed Anna Matheson's family. 12 years later, she's ready for retribution. Under false pretenses, Anna has lured those responsible for her family's downfall onto a luxury train from Philadelphia to Chicago. An overnight journey of 13 hours. Her goal? Confront the people who've wronged her, get them to confess their crimes, and deliver them into the hands of authorities waiting at the end of the line. Justice will at last be served. But Anna's plan is quickly derailed by the murder of one of the passengers. As the train barrels through the night, it becomes clear that someone else on board is enacting their own form of revenge, and that they won't stop until everyone else is dead. With time running out before the train reaches its destination, Anna is forced to hunt the killer in their midst while protecting the people she hates the most. In order to destroy her enemies, she must first save them, even if it means putting her own life at risk. So this one sounds a little bit different than what he usually writes, because this one sounds more like historical fiction. And this goes to 382. So I guess he got inspiration from Murder on the Orient Express and Strangers on a Train. But that is With a Vengeance by Riley Sager. And last but not least, The Man Made of Smoke by Alex North. And I've only read one book by him, that was The Shadows, and I do believe that this is only his 3rd book. The other one he has is The Whisper Man, which I'm patiently waiting to get around to. But I'm going to read what this one is about. The latest gripping serial killer thriller from the New York Times best-selling author Alex North. Dan Garvey's life has been haunted by the crime he witnessed as a child, narrowly escaping an encounter with a notorious serial killer. He has dedicated his life since to profiling criminals eager to seek justice for innocent victims. So when his father dies under suspicious circumstances, Dan revisits the small island community where he grew up, determined to uncover the truth about his death. Is it possible that the monster he remembers from his childhood nightmares has returned after all these years? With his signature shock and suspense, Alex North brings us The Man Made of Smoke. By turns emotional, introspective, and utterly terrifying, this is a story of fathers and sons, shadows and secrets, and the fight we all face to escape the trauma of the past. Pretty straightforward, and this one is actually little bit shorter. This one is 308. So not too bad. And there you have it. These are all the books I got in June. So stay tuned for probably one of my most ambitious videos that I have coming up very soon. Guys, I'm going to bring you my March, April, May, and June movie wrap up. Same thing with my books. So I'm going to be talking a while. And I also have a pretty cool idea for a vlog that I want to do throughout July as well. So I'm going to go ahead and give you what I want to do for that vlog. So essentially, I want to read for an hour a day for a month. Sounds extremely easy. We'll see what happens, but I'm hoping that this is an experiment that I can stay with and maybe bring you different parts of the same video with different genres. So for July, I want to focus mostly on horror. So there you have it. That's all I got for this video. If you like this sort of content, I strongly urge you to like, comment, subscribe. And you will definitely get more videos like this in the near future. So I'm going to leave it at that, and see you guys very, very soon. Tomorrow I'm going to go see Megan 2.0, and then end the month with F1. I really would like to post a review for both of those at least. So just trying to figure out this whole scheduling conflict, but I'll try and do my best to work on YouTube as well. But that's all I got for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Adios. Peace.